Well, so we're back and we're talking referees.
Yeah, but before that, you know, we just, if you missed the JoyNews Western World Properties Habitat Fair, the first of 2 mini clinics at the Achimota Retail Center, where we brought you highlights of how things went down. It's in collaboration with M&C Properties, and that's where we gather people who have everything to do with housing. We're talking from the construction throughout to finance to furnishing, and we will do that again. So if you missed the Achimota Retail Center, the second clinic will be at the West Hills Mall. Is happening August 18 to Sunday, August 19, from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And this year's JoyNews Western World Properties Habitat Fair is brought to you by Western World Properties. Live your true comfort. M&C Properties, a choice of class, elegant homes and general construction, where you live your dream, and Fortune City Estates, our house, our fortune. And this fair is under the theme affordable housing for all. So make sure you don't miss the one that will happen at the West Hills Mall. If you've started a building, you want to finish it, let's finish it in 2018, and you can do that with our fair. Yeah. Now you can talk about referees.
Yeah. So we're talking referees, and we know that the Anas expose brought to the fore all that went wrong with Ghana and African football.
And let's not forget that expose. The whole thing lasted about an hour and 20 minutes, and a good 60 to 70% of it was about referees. It was just the last 30% of it that was dedicated to Kwesi Nyantakyi. But of course, the conversations following were far more skewed to the Kwesi Nyantakyi aspect of things. But let's not forget, it even began because Tiger Eye wanted to look into the operation of football officials in general. Yeah. And the revelations regarding the referees were very serious, but perhaps ended up being overshadowed by the Nyantakyi situation. True. Now, one of the biggest disasters in Ghana's history, May 9. Many people suggest that the unrest began because of disagreement over the referees' calls.
Actually, there was a Sam Okujeto committee that established that also.
Indeed. Yeah. So nobody can overstate the importance of referees to the game. And if you imagine the amount of money, time, effort that goes into training, preparing, buying players, strategy, you know, fans busing themselves from all parts of the country to come and watch a game, some of them sometimes having accidents on the way and so forth. You'd go through all of that to come and watch a game. Or you in your own small way, pay your TV license or buy a television to watch a game. And the outcome has already been decided in a hotel room. You know, it tells you how the very nature, the very fabric of humanity when it comes to these referees has absolutely damaged the game. Some say beyond repair. Yeah,
and we were following that analysis number 12. We're looking forward to something that happened over the weekend. Over 70 referees have now been suspended. So our colleague in Kumasi, Kwesi Deborah, caught up with the chairman of the Referees Association, Joe Deborah, and here is a playback of that conversation.
Not at all. It is not a form of punishment. It is like a civil servant and an allegation has been leveled against you. Then they say you have been interdicted. Stay aside. Let's investigate the case. When they finish and actually you are not culpable, then you go free. Like what happened to the Deputy Sports Minister, Mr. Pius. He was asked to stand aside. After investigation, they realized that he's not culpable. He has come back to take his post. What punishment has been meted out to him? So this one is not a punishment. Just to stay aside for us to do investigation, and after investigation, if you are not culpable, you come back and join your referee. If you are holding any position in the district or region, you go back with your position. But when you are found culpable, then the association will deal with you according to its laws.
And why has it taken that long for this action?
It has not taken us long. It's the longest of our action is the cause of Tiger Eye, because we have written to Tiger Eye It has come in the media. We have made another listen. Even recently, we made a press conference that Tiger Eye is denying us of the actual footage, the unedited one. So upon this one, before the lawyer called us and then said we should come for it. So we had the unedited video. Just Friday was exactly 1 week that we had it. When we got it to yesterday, we met and we have taken this decision.
And referees in the past have complained about their remuneration and also conditions of service. Do you think this can be triggered in this case?
That one, if anybody uses it as an excuse, I will not side with that person. Why am I saying this? Before you belong to this association, we have our regulation. Our regulation is that you must be gainfully employed before you will be enrolled into the referees association. Everybody works. I myself said here, I'm a police officer and a prosecutor in police service. So everybody happens where he gets his allowances. So for referee, it's like a hobby. So if for 1 year you don't officiate, you won't get anything. But you must survive because you work. So if you are saying, because I'm not being paid well and because of that, I am going to collect bribe or corrupt myself, I will not buy that idea. And anybody who use that one as a defense will have a case to answer. Because it's not a defense.
And what measures are you going to put in place to ensure that this?
Yeah, the measures we are going to put in place is now we are going to meet the liaison team. We have met them. They said we should bring our proposal. By next week, we'll send our proposal to them. But what we are going to do is we have to now resensitize the people for them to know that anybody who is, even whether you are a referee or whoever, if you are in any department and you think your remuneration or your allowance cannot cater for you, it is better you resign or you quit that job than to corrupt yourself or allow yourself to be influenced and do something which is not good. We also make sure that at least referees' allowance are paid on time. And then even the allowance is increased. Because the allowances that they are getting now, I have even petitioned GFA on several occasions that they should increase the allowance. Because the allowance is woefully inadequate. Because when you compare to the time that the allowance was made, it was about 5 to 6 years now when they were collecting that 5.5. But now things has gone up. Economists will say inflation has taken place and the money has devalued in currency. So we will meet the committee that will be set up so that the referees allowance will be raised to this economic level so that it will satisfy. Nobody can satisfy once under economy. At least it will be appreciable in such a way that it will be a motivational to them. But anybody saying because I'm not being paid well and for that matter I've done this, that one I will never support that person.
We have about 74. Should we expect more?
Oh no. I don't think we will get any more. Maybe even the list will be less. Why am I saying this? We copy the list of the 74 from Anna's Twitter. We copy some from the list that CID people brought because CID are investigating some of the police officers, and 62 were the list that the CID brought. We added some lists also from FIFA because FIFA also is investigating some of the FIFA referees. A referee like Cecil Fletcher and David Lai, Anna's video, they are not inside. But FIFA and CAF brought a suspension letter through me to be given to them that they have been suspended and they are supposed to go to Cairo 5th August, which is tomorrow, to go and answer their question, all those FIFA referees. So since FIFA has brought that, you have been temporarily suspended and you are to answer them. That is why those people too, their name has been added. But we don't have any clue. So if CAF should set them free, they are free forever. But if CAF punish them, then automatically they have been condemned. That is how the whole thing is. So we checked through all this because the list that was premium compared with the list that Anas brought a list of 70 people. But we saw that the list that Anas brought and the video that was premium, some people were not inside in the Anas video. Because Anas brought only those referees who officiated. like Madame Lilian, Joseph Wellington, or Martine, Dawuna, and the rest were not in that one. But because we have watched it from a different angle, that we have copy of it, we added them to it because they are all part of it. So I don't think after this 74 we can get any document or any clue from anywhere whereby there will be addition. No.
And that's chairman of the Referees Association, Joel Deborah, speaking there to our colleague Kwesi Deborah in Kumasi. And this is coming. No, he's not. This is coming following that. They say this is not a permanent suspension. It's a temporary one. They are investigating. But
Joe Deborah was not caught, eh?
Joe Deborah chairs the Referees Association of Ghana. Let's leave it at that.
Yes, we have to.
He's a referee who's been in the game for years, has a great reputation.
Indeed, all those who were caught have great reputation.
Indeed, yes. Some of them were, FIFA accredited and so forth.
Yeah, a lot of them actually.
Yes, pillars of the footballing community, but unfortunately they were caught.
So can I ask you guys something? And I hope that I'm not putting anybody in trouble by this question. Because this is 74, that's a huge number.
Right.
The question of whether we have a lot more referees that we can rely on. Those that Mr. Joe Deborah mentioned, did they pass the test of refusing the bribe, so-called?
No, they passed
because they were not tempted at all.
Yes, because they were not involved in any situation to be tempted.
Ah, okay.
Wait. What are you saying? Are you saying that the reason why they haven't been caught taking bribe is because no one has offered them a bribe?
No, I mean, in this investigation, the investigator didn't offer them anything to take. That's why they are not part.
But if they had been offered by this investigator,
we don't know.
They will take.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's being categorical.
You can't say that for sure.
When you watch the video,
what I know is that if it was you, Roland, you would have been part of the 74.
No, not that one.
Now
I think they could see Nyantechi area because who said no? Chale has no you bundle.
Now you notice that. You notice that some of the referees, some of the referees, one that comes to mind right now, when he was taking the money, especially the one who gave a long sermon when he was giving the money,
that God
thanking, yes, the God.
They all apparently were
that guy, in particular, when he took the money, he said something. He said, "This is not to give you." He said, "We pray that God gives you what you want. This is not to influence me. We pray that God gives you what you want." And then, if I remember correctly, the game that followed, the team that the bribe was given on their behalf lost. So can you accuse this guy of taking a bribe?
But I think also the narration also said, from what they observed,
it looks like the other side probably
the other ones
paid
may have paid more. I remember that narration.
Well, but you need evidence. To see.
You need evidence of
well,
that, don't you?
Well, this is where we have to end the show. Okay. We want to just remind you, for more news, you can always log on to myjoyonline.com. That's our page right there. But thank you for your company. We thank our association with Awake Purified Water as well. We will see you tomorrow, God willing.
Bye-bye.
Bye.